Hey, my name is Marcela Cacciatore and I'm going to tell you how I finally passed my real estate exam for La Florida, and I'm going to tell you what are my tricks and how you can pass maybe in your first try. I didn't pass the first try, to be honest. When I the first exam that I did was 55%, so it was not the best one. But okay, to start here, I want to say that English is not my first language, but I'm going to try the best to explain. Sorry, my grammar maybe has some issues and my pronunciation, but here with love telling you the way that you can pass the exam. Maybe the first time, if you don't pass the first time, don't worry, you will pass. So to pass the real estate exam, you need to pass first a course for 63 hours. You need to do like 20 chapters, and they explain you different type of topics. They explain you like how to do real estate business, the license laws, the relationship, the duties, the disclosures, the penalties, the mortgage, the real estate contracts, the real estate computation and transactions. Honestly, when you pass the real estate exam, you think like, oh my god, I know everything about real estate. So my reality right now is like, no, I don't know anything. Passing the exam is just the first step to complete this dream that you want to do. So okay, the first time when I finished my mandatory course, that is 63 hours that you have to do, you need to present that certificate to the government when you go to present your exam. So the first time I have 55. I did not practice, I did not study much. I only did that course with Colibri agency, and that is like what I did. And I was thinking that, oh my god, I'm going to pass this exam. No, I am a full-time mom. I was working a full-time company. Being a mom, my daughter was 6 months, and I was doing all at the same time. I was staying until middle 9 or 1 a.m. studying every day for like the last 2 or 3 months. But finally, I'm going to tell you what works for me. So you need to do this exam because it's mandatory, but also this guy from Prep Agent, he is amazing. He teaches you how to do honestly, it's step by step. He teach you all the vocabulary. He tell you everything like you are like 5 years old, so you just get to understand all of these different vocabulary that you don't have any idea because you have never heard about these terms before in your life. So this is very important. You can see here that after I have my 55%, I went to try a couple of more times and I get 71 at the first attempt and the second attempt, and then 73. So you can see here how frustrated that can be. So I have 73 and then 71 and then 73. So that's kind of frustrating. So you need to listen to this guy, Prep Agent, and like understand all this vocabulary. Listening when I was walking with my daughter, when I was in the car. But when you listen, it's like yes, going into your brain, but you are actually don't understand the concept. So also what I did is I have this book when I write everything, and you can see that he make associations like, for example, old car. That is for explain that the relationship for the agent. So you need to be like obedience, loyalty, disclosure, confidentiality, accounting, and this like I make drawings like old car agent. So why that is so important? Because when you go to the exam, it's 103 questions. Your brain is full of information that you need to memorize a lot of things and understand the topics. So when I did, like, he teach you kind of this association. So when you go there, they only let you have, like, they give you a pen a notebook, and a calculator. That's the only thing that they do. They look actually behind your ears, they look at your pockets, they look everything that you don't have any chitty or a little like anything to bring notes or nothing. You are around of cameras, they're recording you all the time, so you can not cheat. Here is not the place for you to cheat, so know that. So what I did is, when I arrived to the exam and was the time to present the exam, I write everything on that notebook. So I write like what I show you, like all car, what is a principal, what is a client, what is like the fiduciary duties, what is a deed, what is a mortgage, type of mortgage. So you need to write everything, because when you go to the questions, you can get confused. You can get confused with the answers. Some answers are similar to other ones. So honestly, when I did the exam, I did it in Spanish, but most of the terms I learned also in English, because maybe you are not going to have this issue because you are going to present in an exam in English, but in Spanish, some words are not the same. So that's why I also learned the topic in English. So I also, what I did was flashcards. The flashcards will help you to memorize and practice. So every time this guy prep agent tell you like, go to bed, relax, and the next day have the flashcard and memorize 5 vocabulary words every day until it's just in your brain. Because when you go to the exam, is like I'm saying, 103 questions. You cannot go anywhere. You need to be sit down there, and your brain is like working and reading, and it's a lot of information. So that is how I passed the exam. I was super happy when I finally did it. I tried, like I say, like the first time was like very bad, and then the other 2 times I was like 71 and 73. I was super close, and then finally when I passed, I was just jumping and screaming, and I was super happy that finally, I couldn't believe I passed this exam, because it's super, like for me it was super hard being a full-time mom and working in a company full-time, and studying this or night and in different language, and was kind of tough. But I'm sure that if I didn't pass like at the beginning, I'm sure you will, and just focus on your dreams and focus what you want to do in your life. I was working in a great company with all the benefits and everything, but I have in my brain and in my mind, and I was like frustrating, working super hard and many hours, and I was not being able to be with my daughter. So this is what make me take the decision to quit my company right now and just focus on real estate. So if you are frustrating and saying like, oh, I'm not going to pass, what I'm going to do, just keep trying until you pass. Just have it in your brain and keep trying, and study a lot. Listen to this guy, listen all the contents. If you don't understand anything or one thing that you are like looking and you don't get the point, just Google it, and there are tons and tons of information in Google that can help you. So if you have any questions, if this video will help you with anything, please make sure to let me know if you have any questions, if I can help you. Remember, when you write to the exam, read the question, and the first thing that comes to your brain, that is the answer. Sometimes we change our answers, and wrong mistake. Don't change your answer. Sometimes your answer is the right one because it's just in your brain. Remember, when you go, so read the question and answer in your brain, then you read the questions. There are 2 questions that they are super good, they are valid, they are the questions that they are, and there are 2 that you just like, this doesn't make any sense. So you just like, no, wrong. So go and do that. Also, when you arrive, like I told you, they give you a pen and notebook, so write everything in there, like all the information that you have in your brain, just go and write it in there, and make sure like you have all the information in paper, so you just don't need to go to your brain to think like, oh, what was this, what question was that, because it's a lot of like 103 questions, and sometimes it's not like that, obviously, or for me it was not like, oh, this is obviously, this is like common sense. Like some of the questions are not just common sense. Study the math. The math are kind of easy. I don't feel like math was that hard, but if you don't know anything about math, Google it, and there are a lot of good people explaining you the answers in about math. So if you need anything, if I can help you with how I pass and how it works for me, if you need some help, send me an email. My name is marcecacciatore@gmail.com, and let me know. And don't give up. Don't give up. You can do it. If I did it with a full-time work, with a full-time mommy, full-time wife, you can do it. So don't give up. Keep trying, and I'm sure you will pass this exam. Thank you, and see you soon. Bye.